All right, this demo is on how to do the Tuscan bubble diagram. So when we do bubble diagrams, we're basically just looking at room relationships. For example, the kitchen is next to the dining room. So we go from where we eat our food to where we to cook our food, and vice versa, right? We go back and forth between the two. This particular program is going to utilize what's called a great room, which is a combination of a living room and a family room. There's one bigger space, so there's not that formal living space. So we're going to do that, and we're going to create these bubbles. We're going to start. I'm going to start the great room. We'll start it with just a little free circle here, and just like make a bubble. Hence the name bubble diagram. We do want to make these reasonably proportional. I'm going to call this GR for great room. So that when we put this thing together, we have a pretty good idea of, what it's going to look like when it's done. All right. So, the front of my house is kind of going, this direction right here. So, my entry will be kind of heading toward that great room. I'm going to go ahead and throw an entry tower. One of the requirements of the project is to do an entry tower. We're going to call E for entry. And we know that we're going to enter from that tower into the great room. Arrow there, knowing that we're going to go that direction. And just zoom in on this just a little bit. Okay. Now, like I just mentioned, we know that the dining room and the kitchen are going to be next to each other. But we also know that the great room is going to feed the dining room. Now, I prefer having the dining room to the front. If I was going to choose between the kitchen and the dining room, I'm going to put my kitchen and informal dining room kind of over here. Kitchen windows are a little tougher on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and make my dining room in front. And again, showing the room relationships, the bubble for my informal dining is touching my great room because those rooms are adjacent to each other. And they can overlap each other a little bit, but in essence, we don't want a gap between them. I wouldn't want informal dining to be like right here, for example, so where they're not touching. Then the question goes, is where am I when I'm right here then? I'm not really anywhere, so I don't want that to happen. Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and throw my kitchen adjacent to my informal dining room because those have a relationship. And in this particular case, I'm going to make it adjacent to the great room as well. That's just my decision, my kitchen. And so I've got something kind of going here. And I'm going to go ahead and make that my main building, I guess. With Tuscan, we have this kind of additive form. So we're going to create a shape and create another one. And so I'm going to go like so. I'm going to create my box. And so we're going to make this a main building here. I'm going to put a roof on it later, but right now, that's my main building. I've got a tower here, and that tower is going to kind of punch through that roof. So this line will not be there eventually, but right now we'll do it like that. Okay. Now, let's see. I need a garage. I'm going to go ahead and do my garage now. It's going to be more to the front of the building because, we're pulling directly from the street into the garage. No turn-ins, no side garages, nothing from the back, no alleys or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and put my garage. Now, my garage is going to be a little bit bigger than my great room. My great room is going to be anywhere from 20 to 22 feet. My garage is going to be 25. So when I make that bubble just a little bit bigger than I did the great room. So I want mine to be right there. I'm going to call that the garage. And I'm going to go ahead and bubble around the outside. Or sorry, I'm going to go ahead and do a rectangle around the outside. So you can see where I'm going here. The garage is adjacent to the informal dining and just barely niche in the kitchen. I'll probably come in from the garage kind of between those two as I head to the great room. That's probably my path of travel. So I want to have my thought process on the hallways going, even though I have to draw the hallways. I really don't need you to draw the hallways. Okay. So now let's say I'm going to do the bedrooms. So I'm going to take my bedrooms. I'm going to put my bedrooms in another cluster kind of back here a little bit. And I don't know, I'm going to make my master bedroom, put it up here somewhere, maybe like that. Now, the master bedroom is not as big as the great room. it's probably 15 to 18 feet, where this thing's probably 20 to 22 feet. So not too small, but smaller than the great room. I would say probably pretty close to the same size as the kitchen, maybe just a little, yeah, pretty close to the size of the kitchen, to be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make that just a little smaller, something about like that. Again, we're looking for, most of these rooms are going to be reasonably square, so we're looking for circles. We call that the master bedroom. Now, with the master suite, we're going to have a walk-in closet and a master bathroom. So I'm going to say on mine, I'm going to put my walk-in closet maybe back here, WIC, and maybe my, usually the master, one that's not necessarily round would be the bathrooms. They're generally a little bit more long than they are wide. So I'm going to go ahead and call this my master bathroom. And again, notice that there's a relationship between those, because obviously you're going to go from your bedroom to the closet, you know, and your bedroom to the bathroom. So I've got a cluster there, the master suite. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and do my, oh, by the way, there's going to be a loggia next to the master bedroom. I'm going to put my loggia right here, kind of on this side. I'm just going to be putting L for loggia right now, and we'll deal with that when we get there. Okay, so I've got my kind of box going like so. All right, so the loggia is going to kind of be, you can picture it, kind of, the roof will overhang a little bit, and that loggia will be a covered, kind of covered outside with the roof that is being used from the roof. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and deal with the other bedrooms here. So I've got another bedroom. I'm going to put that other bedroom here. This is going to be the secondary bedroom. So might go something like bedroom, I don't know, bedroom, bathroom, bedroom. You know, maybe something like that. So I'll call this bed 1, bath, and bed 2. And just trying to kind of form a shape there. Now what I need to do is I need to find a way to get this to here. So these two need to be joined. I'm also missing a couple of rooms. I'm missing a laundry room and a powder room in my case. So how am I going to do that? Well, you know, maybe I have like a joiner. So I've got this mass here. And you can decide where you want to put the joiner. I'm going to go ahead and maybe put it around here somewhere. So it could be, I don't know, could be maybe the powder room is here. You generally want your powder room and your laundry room to be in a hallway, not right in a room. Like you don't want to put your powder room right here because then there's no privacy. There's no way to get there. I'm kind of picturing I'm going to have a hallway shooting up toward my bedrooms. And maybe my powder room is here and my laundry room is here, for example. I could have designs for my closet for my bedroom 2 is going to go here, and you know, maybe there's going to be, you know, some cabinet space or something like that over here. So put a closet that way, you know, something like those lines. So you've got this sort of bubble diagram thing happening. You know, if things are, you got too big of a space, I'm going to ask where I am when I'm in a spot. You still need to be able to get to this bedroom. So, you know, it could be that this bathroom, you know, there's a, you know, maybe a toilet room right here or something along those lines off that bathroom. So we can figure that part out. As long as there's not really big spaces that are empty, I'm okay with it. All right. Now I still have a guest suite that I have to deal with. I'm going to call it a granny flat. There's different terms for it. Basically, it's a small building on the property that would house a person or two. And I'm going to go ahead and do mine kind of over here. So, you know, it might go something like this. It's going to have a bedroom. I'd say the bedroom is maybe a little bit smaller than the master and a little bit bigger than the regular bedroom for the guest bedroom. So probably closer to the size of the master. So maybe something like that. Nice little bubble. And then inside there, we're going to have a bathroom. And bathrooms are kind of skinnier. There's going to be a closet. And there'll be some kind of a kitchenette. So this is my, call it guest bedroom. This is my kitchenette. This is my closet, and this is my bathroom. And it's going to just, very simple room. It's not really a living space in it. It's just almost like a hotel room. So that's my solution to, my thing. All right, and then what's going to happen is there'll be a courtyard kind of in this area right here. This would actually form a courtyard here, and in theory, you could even form a courtyard in the front right here if you wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. So this is the bubble diagram and kind of what it looks like. You just account for all of your rooms. So I've got my great room, I've got my kitchen, I've got my informal dining. I've got my master bedroom. I've got the 2 secondary bedrooms. I've got my master bath and walk-in closet and a bathroom for the secondary bedrooms. I've got a laundry room and a powder room. Okay. And then I've got my guest suite, my granny flat, if you will, the guest bedroom, the bathroom, the closet, and the kitchenette. All right. Now, what I also am asking you to do is to design the roof. So your job on yours, you're obviously not copying mine, you're going to do your own, is you're going to create the roofs. For example, let's say that I decide I want this to be a hip roof. So I'm going to do this in red so you can see it here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So, I'm designing my roof. So maybe I'm doing a hip roof. So 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees, and connect them. Maybe my tower is also a hip roof, so on this, because it's square, it's gonna be pretty easy. It's gonna go like that, and it kind of would punch through. Let's say on the garage, now you've got to make sure that the water drifts away from the garage. So for example, I can't just put a gable here. If I put a gable here like that, the water would be flowing into this area. So this would be flowing down and this would be flowing down, and I'm going to have a water damage in this area right here. So I can't do that. So I've got to find another way. A solution would be to take it, and it could be a gable roof going that way. So now the water would go down and would go down and it would take it away from the house. That would be a perfectly fine solution. The other thing you could do on this is you could do it as a shed. So in other words, the water would just go high to low and it would just run away from the house. I'm going to make that mine. And what I want you to do on your roof plan is, and you're putting a roof plan right over the top of this great room. Just show me the direction of the roof. Okay. Let's say in the back here, let's say I want that to be a gable roof. So I'm going to, go like this. Now, when I do the gable, I'm going to go over the loggia. So the wall would be here. And what's going to happen is as the roof goes this way, it goes over the top of this. And so this loggia is covered by the roof. Now, on my particular scenario, this building is going to be higher than these outside buildings. It's going to be like 8 feet higher. So what's going to happen on this is I'm going to have a cross gable going here. I'm going to make this a gable too. And it's going to gable into it like so. But it's going to die into this wall. So this is not going to come in this way because I'm not tying this roof into this one. It's just dying in the wall. So I'm like something like that. And then, maybe over here, I just have a plain old, it's a pretty simple building right here. You can do almost anything you want with it. You could do any of the 3 roofs. I'm just going to make this a gable, just straight shot, little gable. All right. I do want you to label loggia. Go ahead and give me the name. So loggia. Now that loggia could have been here. It could have been over here, but I wanted a loggia off the master bedroom. So that's going to be your column where you put it. Now, if you decide to call it connect this building to this building, that's called the breezeway. So if you did have some kind of a, like I really want to take the people from this spot to this spot, then, and I don't really need to see that on this model, but if you did that, then it would look something like this. Let's just say, I'm not doing this very well. If you were going to do something like that, for example, that is called a breezeway, not a loggia. And if you do that, just go and label it. in hindsight, I probably should have made this guest suite maybe down a little bit so I could breezeway them into the great room. That's probably a better play than doing this little L thing that I got going on right there. But I don't need to really see this on this roof plan here. I just need to see the building. All right, your last play is to put a border around the outside of this by using the edge of the table. I don't know if I'm going to go with a demo this or not. We'll see. I don't think. You're going to basically do is use the edge of your table, and that's something you're doing this from home. So you're going to create a line on the edge of the paper using the edge of your table. And I'm just going to do this on all four sides. When you get back to class, I can show you how to do that, but I'm just kind of going around the outsides. Not freehand, I'm using my pencil on the edge of the table. When we get back to class, I'll show you. Right now, just use a book or something, like I said, to get those on all four sides, like so. You're going to put your name and your best Gothic lettering. I think I've shown you those sheets. If you haven't got those sheets, you'll need to get those when you come back. Don't letter too big, or it will not fit. Name, period, spell out the word period. And then bubble diagram. I will be grading you based on your lettering, so make sure you use that Gothic lettering style that I introduced in class. Bubble plan or bubble diagram, either way. Okay, so now there's another demo after this where you're going to convert this to this. We're going to elevate it, and that's a separate demo, and that is one of the recorded things. So look on the X Drive, Labs Brown, read only, videos by Brown, and architecture, and you'll see that same video. So I think I called it step 1 or something along those lines. So no, I didn't. I called it, I think, the loose elevation. So this demo is in the X Drive. All right, so that is the bubble diagram demo. And by the way, on these outside lines here, I did it in red so you could see it, but you can just do those in pencil. All right, and then ideally I'd like it in kind of a black pen so I can kind of see the roof over all the bubbles, but if you don't have that, that's okay. All right, that is it. Let's see here.